coming in. Let me know where you're watching Gbutterfly TV from. I always try to say everybody's name. Hey, Crystal, if I can, as the host of this channel, I try to greet everybody when they come in. If I can, if I miss your name, please forgive me because it's going kind of fast. Gbutterfly TV is on. Y'all know how we do it over here. We hit it for about 60 to 90 minutes, and then we out. It's Friday night. Y'all might be trying to go do something, and you see, I already got my topics we're gonna talk about today. We're not gonna talk about dead penises again. Oh, well, I thought about that at work today and I cracked up. DoorDash in the night, trying to get this money to go to New York next week. I understand. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. DoorDash, Uber, what's that other one? Where they get your groceries? I can't think of it right now. But hey, I'm a firm believer. You do what you got to do legally to get your money. I ain't mad at you. Probably shouldn't be driving and watching. Well, you know what? Why didn't you just listen? Just lay the phone down and just listen. We got a lot of topics we're going to talk about tonight. If you're new over here on Gbutterfly TV, I talk about maybe 5 to 8, 9 topics. We talk about the topics. I encourage the people in the chat to comment on the topics. And a lot of times the chat be going back and forth, talking about it. And if I see it, I'll talk about it as well with you. And then we go on to the next go on to the next topic. Then we go to the next topic and the next topic. And guess what? We out of there. Where you watching us at? I used to deliver groceries till I got fired for eating them. That's too funny. Now I know somebody was pissed off at you. They didn't went online, paid for their groceries, and here you are eating them. Wait a minute. Did you eat out the bags and all that and then still took it to their door? How did you do that, Mr. Ball Sport? I want to know, how did you do that? Okay, I'm going to give you an example. I love grapes. I eat grapes every single day. Hold on. I eat grapes every single day. You see this bowl? I'm getting ready to sit and watch a movie after I'm finished with this and eat these grapes. So, with that being said, and look, I didn't even know you was going to say that you deliver food. But, let me ask you a question. If you go and get somebody grapes, do you eat some of the grapes off and then you take it to them? Jeff from Baton Rouge, my second night, like your topics. Okay, cool, Jeff. I remember you last night. Hello, you have a beautiful, vibrant glow to you. Well, thank you very much. Want to make... I can't hardly see the name. My shirt is real busy today. And since I'm reading this from my cell phone, the writing is small, so some of it I miss. Excuse me. But thank you for the compliment. And I love that shirt. Oh, thanks. You like it? Glad you like it. Glad you like it. You know what? My son bought me this shirt about 2 years ago. He bought me this shirt. But thank you very much. Continue to share out my videos. I know you know at least 5 people who need to be watching Gbutterfly TV. I know you do. Go ahead, take a second. I'm not going to get mad if you click off the screen a little bit, but go ahead. Share the video to 5 people and come right on back. Guess what? We're going to be right here. Y'all Houston women are beautiful. You know, all women are beautiful. All women are beautiful. Hey, Nanny's baby. That's a cute name. Welcome. Okay, to the questions. Yes, I eat grapes or 2 before. Oh, Lord. Want to be made people? Wait, are you the one who say that you deliver groceries but you eat out the people's bag? That's why you got fired? I thought that was Mr. Ball Sport. Share the live. Yeah, everybody go out and share the live. Let your friends know Gbutterfly TV is on and we getting ready to start on our topics. No offense. But no Greco-Roman European religion. Who is this? Paul Williams? Are you telling me what not to talk about? I want to make sure, because I want to make sure I respond to you the right way. Is that what you're saying, Paul Williams 8118? Reposting. Yeah, go ahead and repost. Let me know if that's what you're saying, Paul Williams. No offense. But usually when people say no offense, they know they're getting ready to offend somebody. Yes. Okay, well, Mr. Williams. Let me tell you how we do things here on Gbutterfly TV. I come up with topics that I find interesting. If I find them interesting, I say, you know what? Let me go and talk to my people on TikTok over on Gbutterfly TV and see if they want to, dialogue back and forth about my topics. And since I find them interesting, I figure they may too. So let's just say if I was going to talk about Greco-Roman European religion, that will be what we'll do over here. Now, I'm actually not going to talk about that. But You're saying no offense, but you coming in being a little offensive, telling the host of the show what not to talk about. And I know this is your first time here because I know I would recognize your name. Most people come back over and over. So just so you know that's how we handle things. I'll pick the topics and we talk about them. All right, go. Let me know where you're watching me from. I welcome everybody over here to Gbutterfly TV, but we got a format. Because, let me give you an example. Let's just say you were watching, I don't know, I'm just going to use the Wendy Williams show as an example. Would you go to the Wendy Williams show and tell her, I don't want you to talk about certain topics and this is how I want the floor of your show to go? You wouldn't do that. All right now. People in the chat, let them know what happens. Hey, Rochester, New York. I have many educational videos and documentation on my Facebook page. Paul Williams, I can tell you probably going to be one of those that's going to try to throw the chat off tonight, but we don't do that over here. Can everybody in the chat that watch me on the regular let Mr. Paul Williams know what happens when they try to throw the chat off and go all the way left when we trying to go right? Somebody let him know. Wendy is not my kind of woman. Okay, you know what? Let me help you. Let me help you. Everybody, y'all know what's getting ready to happen. Let me help you, Mr. Williams. There. Let me see. Your voice is giving me such a Wanda vibe. Who is Wanda? Who is Wanda? Wanda Sykes. Oh, okay. I love her on that show with Mike Epps and Kim Fields. That is such a funny show to me. Do anybody watch that on Netflix? I can't think of the title of it right now. She is one of the funniest women alive. You know what? I've never watched her stand up, but I actually like her in this show. We excited to have everybody over here. We getting ready to get started on our topics. We're already at 1.1 thousand likes. I need you to continue to hit the likes, share out the videos, share it to about 5 people. You know 5 people that like a down-to-earth Southern woman who just give it to you straight, no chaser. Tell them to come up here to Gbutterfly TV. Peace and love from Southern California. Do it rain there? I just want to know. Alrighty, so this is my first story. And I thought it was kind of funny, but I need y'all to tell me what you think about it. A woman confronts her dad's alleged side chick at her job, which appears to be a pharmacy. The young lady walks up and asked her if she was seeing her dad. The lady plays it real cool, and she was like, what? What? You know, she just looking at the young girl. I'm saying young girl, but she was an adult, but a young adult. And the girl then pulls out her cell phone and has a call log in it. So obviously, she has some kind of tracking device on her dad's phone. And she confronted the woman about her dad being at her house because she kept showing the phone like this, saying, isn't this where you live? Why is he there? Why is he at your house? The lady doesn't go back and forth with the girl, but she gets on the phone and calls someone who the young lady believes to be the police. And she told the lady, I don't care if you're calling the feds. That's what she called them, the feds. I don't care if you're calling the feds. But it ends up being the store manager. The young lady is continually telling the woman that she needs to keep her legs closed. She also says that her mother respects her, meaning the woman who she's accusing of having a relationship with her dad. And she say, my mom and dad have known you for 20 plus years. So when the manager comes over to ask her, and he was very quiet, you can tell his body language, he wasn't being aggressive. Excuse me. He wasn't being aggressive. He was asking her to leave out of the store. And she began telling the manager the full story when he approached her, but he wasn't even trying to hear it. He told her to leave, and she said she needs to be put in her place, and that's what I'm here to do. So this is my question to you. Do you think that she was doing her mom's dirty work? Or do you think she was out of line for even getting involved in her parents' situation? Or do you think that she approached her father with the same evidence? In the chat, I want y'all to let me know, what do you think she did? Can you, as black people, where's Africa? Brown, let me go and help you out. Let me know in the chat, which one do you think she was doing her mom's dirty work? She was out of line for even getting involved in her mom and dad's relationship. And do you think she approached her dad with that exact same evidence? Hey, Jack, how you doing? Welcome. Mama probably knew, but did not care. That could possibly be the case. What do? Talk to the father first. Okay, so you think she should have talked to her father first. She's wrong for getting in her mom and dad's relationship. Okay, anybody else in the chat? Let me know what you think. She out of line. Okay, somebody's saying that she's out of line for being in her parents' business. Because you know what they always say, stay out of grown folks' business. Technically, her parents are the grown folk. But this is the thing. She kept saying, my mom respects you. My mom respects you. I wonder, do the mom really care? Somebody said that in the chat. Don't want her to do the dirty work. He was weak. Okay, why would you say the dad was weak? Because I really didn't say much about the dad in this. But tell me why you think the dad was weak. Her mama knew. Well, she said her mama knew the person and respected her. Probably had an affair. Where obviously he had an affair because that's why she went to the pharmacy to confront the lady, asking her about her dad and telling her that she needed to keep her legs closed. If she's part of that family, so it affects her. Let me see, who is this? Sweet Tea 148 says she's part of the family, so it affects her. Okay, he was quiet. So he was quiet. Is that what made him weak? Were you the one who said that comment? With the manager, he was quiet with the manager. She would have gotten she would have gotten a thorough beat down. You saying if the daughter would have possibly come to your job? I'm just using you as an example since you said it. Is that what you're saying? That she would have got a beat down? This is my opinion on the situation. Because the young lady looked like she's in her 20s. She didn't look much older than that. I'm a firm believer that people should stay out of people's marriage and their business. She was probably a family member. You know what? I don't think the lady was a family member. Just the way the lady was talking to her, she kept saying, "You've known my parents for more than 20 years." My mom respected you. I think it was just a friend. Based on her saying that, I don't believe that it was a family member. Because she would have had, if she was a family member, she would have had no reason to say, my mom had, you've known my parents more than 20 years. I think she would have said something like, we're cousins, you're her aunt, you're her this, you're her that. She wouldn't have said. So I don't think they were friends. The daughter had an affair with the manager. Oh Lord, that's a whole nother, you done took that story on a whole nother turn. Okay. If her mom was cool with it, the daughter should have been cool with it as well. I'm just saying. I don't know if the mom was cool with it. That's why I say, do y'all think the daughter went and did the mom's dirty work? That's not the daughter's battle. I agree with that. I don't think the daughter should have got involved in that at all. I think she should have been neutral, supportive to both of them. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. I don't even know why those stupid comment caught my attention. T. Smitty 106. She's going to put her daughter in that situation. Wait. She's going to put her daughter in that situation either. I think, Raven, you may have been thinking a little bit quicker than you typed. I think you missed a few words. I think you were making a good point, but a few words were missing. You think she was a next door neighbor? The reason she knew her so long. It's possible. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't think she was a next door neighbor. Because the daughter had the phone and said she did keep asking the lady, "Is this where you live?" She kept saying, "Is this where you live? Why was he at your house?" So obviously she wasn't the next door neighbor. But the daughter must have had some type of tracking device on that dad to be able to know where his car was going. And she got all of this lady's information. Let me see. She should not have confronted the other woman. She should not have at all. Not at all. Yeah, I think she was just doing a little too much. 25-year friend possibly had a baby. Oh, Lord, you didn't gave the man a whole baby with the woman over there, Sweet Tea. I don't know. But that daughter was hot and she was screaming and she kept telling her, you need to keep your legs closed. And she was very aggressive at the register. But I like how and the lady was an older woman. Not old, but older, more mature. I like how she handled it. She didn't raise her voice. She was like, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Now, she could have been playing it real cool knowing that she was busted. But she played it real cool. She did not meet that young lady where she was. She just politely picked up that phone. Hold on. This is how she did that phone when she was sitting at that register. Yes. Yes, she's standing right here. The girl hollering, "You calling the feds? You calling the feds? I don't care if you're calling the feds." She was like, "Yes." She's standing right here right now. We need her to leave. Yes, we need her to leave. She put that phone down and she just slid onto the side like she was going to help another customer. I say, look, people waiting on their medication because they're at the pharmacy and this girl cutting up and acting a fool. And I think that was just her youth. She loved her mom. We know that. And she was acting out of pure emotion. And I was like, girl, if you don't get out that woman's face. But that older lady, she handled that situation really well because that could have went all kind of left. Mad at her dad for being unfaithful. The mom, I'm quite sure the daughter may have some type of feeling, but she gonna have to just remember that she's not in that marriage. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up. They let people get in a marriage. I think a marriage should be between the two people. And if anything, how did the daughter even know the dad was cheating? Either she put a tracking device on there. That's why I said, did she doing the mama dirty work? Or did the mama put a tracking device and said and was telling the daughter that the dad was cheating? I'm a firm believer that you got to keep people out your marriage. What do y'all think about that? You think sometimes people let other people get in the marriage and make the situation worse? Ooh, this one's gonna be interesting. Y'all ready for me to go to topic number 2? Just let me know. Just say yes if you're ready to go to topic number 2. Y'all want to keep talking about this young girl who in her mom and daddy business. Okay, ready when you are. Okay, 25-year friend. She said more than 20 years, so it could have been 25 years. But she said, yeah, this lady has been on her parents that long. It's being reported on the Shade Room's Instagram page that Babyface, and if you don't know who Babyface is, he is a well-renowned singer, but more so a songwriter and a producer with R&B music and pop. And Babyface and his ex-wife Nicole Pattenberg have finalized their spousal and child support agreement. Allegedly, he has to pay Nicole $37,000 per month, and that's for child support and spousal support. It's also been reported that he will have to pay for his 14-year-old daughter's credit card bill, her health insurance, her private school tuition, and 65% of the cost for her college tours. This agreement seems on par with non-celebrity agreements, obviously with a lower monthly payment. What do you think about that? If you don't know who Babyface is, you're too young to be here. Tell them, Bria, tell them. These divorces are getting expensive for Face. I think he had to pay a lot when he divorced his first wife, who he had those 2 sons with. The one that Deion Sanders is now dating, his former wife, Tracy Edmonds. Yeah, that was her name. It's laughing her head off. He said he never loved. Really? I didn't know that, Chocolate Diva. When did he say that? I know he has a lot of respect for her just based on some of the interviews that I've seen. He should have married Toni Braxton. Him and Toni Braxton, I've read their books and I've seen interviews from her. She's always said that it has always been like a sister-brother type relationship with them. They work really well musically, but there's never been anything more than just a mutual respect for each other and for what they bring to the table when it's time for them to collaborate when it comes to music. Obviously, his income was considered in the judgment. Exactly. That's why I said what they're asking him to pay is on par with what they would ask any other non-custodial parent to pay. He just pays more because his income is more. But you always have to pay for, you have to pay child support. You have to pay for health insurance. Now, the credit card bills, that's something that's a little extra because for the most part, when people get a divorce, I don't think the kids that young really have credit card bills. But she lives a different type of lifestyle than most of our kids. So she has those type of expenses. In most divorce agreements, you have to pay for a portion of their education. So that's not unusual. She threw in there that she wants him to pay 65% of her college tour. She's 14, so in about the next 2 or 3 years, she'll start going on college tours to decide which university, what college she wants to go to. And he's going to be responsible for paying 65% of the cost of each tour. So that's really not outside of the norm when it comes to people in their divorce agreements. He just makes more money. It's still his daughter, and she should be entitled to her dad's lifestyle. I agree. Hello, beautiful. Sorry for coming in so late. Don't worry about it. You're here. That's all that matters. Welcome to Gbutterfly TV. I know you came yesterday, and I think you may have come a day prior to that. But I appreciate anybody who take the time and come back over here. Of course, if the child has been raised in that manner, Yeah, and she definitely has. The young lady is just about 14 years old. Okay, in the chat, I know a lot of you are from other states, so I know the people here in Houston are familiar with the restaurant I'm getting ready to talk about. But if you are in a different state other than Texas, or should I say in a city other than Houston, how many of you have heard of the turkey leg hut? In the chat, let me know if you've heard of the turkey leg hut. Baby, they got a new gumbo turkey leg. If you don't try that, you know what? I saw an advertisement just the other day for the gumbo turkey leg. Excuse me. I think it was like something on Instagram, or I saw something on the internet or somewhere. Could have been on TikTok. I don't know. But I did see something about a gumbo turkey leg. Yeah. Okay. So the reason I ask if you've heard of the turkey leg hut, because now I'm going to tell you about something that I saw recently. The owners, Lynn and Nakia Price, began serving their world famous turkey legs at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo in 2016. They have been in the news lately with headlines that have nothing to do with their mouth-watering turkey legs. Local news outlets reported in January of 2023 that they were being sued by U.S. Foods, allegedly due to non-payment in the amount of $1.3 million. Now, it's being reported that the rent is delinquent for 3 properties. Fox 26 News has reported that a demand letter dated January 20th, 2023, in the amount of $50,095.50 was sent to the owners. The delinquent rent is said to be as followed. The turkey leg hut rent, $25,725, allegedly is delinquent. The daiquiri hut for $9,670.50 is said to be delinquent. And they have a third property, and that amount is $14,700. They didn't give the name of the third property. Now, I think this is very unfortunate for the owners of the turkey leg hut, and I pray that this is an accounting oversight that will be swiftly resolved. They are a black-owned company that has thrived against the odds in a very short amount of time, and they support many local charities. If you want to know their backstory, go to Tony the Closer YouTube page. They give an in-depth interview that was interesting, encouraging, funny, and inspirational. I found Tony the Closer's interview with the owners of Turkey Leg Hut by accident. I don't even know how I actually came up with that, how I came across that, but it was a very good interview. They just kind of laid everything on the table to tell you about how they got started, all of the hardships they've gone through, and how they persevered. So that's why I say I really hope this is just an accounting oversight. I know $1 million is a lot to be an oversight, but I hope that's all it was and that they're able to resolve this quickly, because they have really shown that with just a little determination, faith in God, and hard work, what you can accomplish. So I really hope that this works out for the turkey leg hut. So has anybody else in the chat heard about this? Have you heard about this? Now they're faced with delinquent rent. Anybody heard about it? I know the chat was going kind of quick. I wasn't looking. Oh yeah, I think I'm almost 100% certain, Bree, that they own the daiquiri hut. North Carolina, they talked about it on the news here. Oh really? Okay. Yes, it was an Asian lady that owns the property. Okay. I hadn't heard anything about it. Every few months something comes out over there about that area. Now, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong. Yes, I hope it's an accounting error. Damn, that went fast. Daiquiri Hood is right next to the turkey leg on our meter. Yes, it is. I can't understand how they got that far behind on invoices and still were able to order products. I don't know. I've never worked in the restaurant industry. And somebody, I don't remember who, somebody was given I think somebody was on TikTok and was talking about them, but broke down how that could easily happen when you work in the restaurant industry, and how you order your foods, how often you order it, if you're on a contract, if certain things come regularly. She broke it all the way down, and the way she did, it made sense. I don't remember, and I think I only listened at the time to just receive what she was saying. But with me not being, don't work in that industry whatsoever, never have, it didn't really stick. So I really hope it's just an oversight and that they're able to get that fixed. She refuses to sell them the property. Oh, is that true? That property, all of that area over there, from Sophomore all the way down to 4212, that area is popping. It's always jam packed. The traffic is horrible. They have nothing but black owned businesses in that area, and everything is jam packed. I've gone to the turkey leg hut maybe twice. I thought the food was good. What I had, I thought it was good. But my issue is with the crowd. And I think at my age now, I just don't want all of that. And I'm not going to stand in a line to go into a restaurant and eat food. I'm just not going to do. Houston is so saturated with restaurants that I could easily pass them up and go to another restaurant where I don't have to wait. But that's not to take anything away from the food and what it tastes like when I went. I had a good experience when I went. The service was good. The food was good. But this was about maybe 4.5 years ago. And it just wasn't that crowded. And I like that vibe. But now with all that crowd, and it's a younger crowd, so. But I really hope they can get it together. Well, I did the ordering on a much smaller scale for hotels, but that amount seems excessive. Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to see, I saw a comment about a 90/20. They have accounts payable 90 to 20 days. Yes, that's true. The person who was giving a little tutorial on TikTok, she said something about a 90 to 20 day payable account or something like that. And I was like, oh, restaurant industry is very nasty. And when you say that, you know what? User ending in 641, you're saying the restaurant industry is nasty. Could you be a little more specific when you're saying that with regard, are you saying the business side of it or just nastiness in a restaurant? And I just want a little more context for your comment. That's all. Right, but at some point they will be delivering until you get current. Yeah, I'm quite sure with a bill due of 1.5 million, I can't see them continuing to deliver. Um, if they stop, I don't know again because I don't work for them, but I would think that they would not deliver anything else until they've paid that invoice. So we'll see. But yeah, when I saw it on the news, I was like, wow. I say, again, if you want their backstory, go to Tony the Closer on YouTube and watch the interview. Very, very informative. And like I said, they were very open about everything that they had going on. So I found it very interesting. So USA Today is reporting that Conagra Brands has recalled 2.58 million pounds of canned meat and poultry for a packaging defect. And the defect could cause the product to become contaminated. The products that are under recall are, and when I say some of these, I know you're going to recognize them. Armour brand Star Chicken, Original Vienna Sausage, Goya Vienna Sausage, Hargis House Potted Meat, Great Value Vienna Sausage, and Kroger Vienna Sausage. Now, one of my questions to you is, how many of you say Vienna sausage or Vienna sausage? And the reason I asked, because there was a guy on TikTok, and he kept saying Vienna. And I know down here, well, I can't say that. I know I say Vienna. So let me know, how do you pronounce it? Not the Viennas. Yes, they having a major recall. Even, and not just the Armour brand, but on the no name brand too. The Kroger and the Walmart. And no, because Walmart is Great Value. So even the low end Walmart Vienna sausage, they recalling that. And Armour is a well known brand. They're recalling that as well. Goya, they're recalling that. Yes. How many of you, now I don't know what the age ranges are in the chat right now. I see we have 19 people in the chat. So let me know, have you ever eaten potted meat? Stopped eating it years ago. Every blue moon, every blue moon, I might eat one of the little wieners out of Vienna sausage. But I ate a lot growing up, and there's certain things that I ate when I was growing up I don't care to eat right now. The way you said it, only way to say it, Vienna. That's what you mean? Say Vienna? You 58? Okay, serious, no games. Somebody said they 64. All righty, I'll be 54 next month. Tweety and them. Yes, yeah, it's Vienna. That's all I've ever known. But there was a guy who kept saying Vienna. He kept saying Vienna. And it's funny because this particular guy on TikTok was saying it in reference to his wife calling his peen little. She kept calling it a little Vienna. She kept saying a Vienna. So I don't know if it's based on where you live because I think they were from Tennessee but were currently living in Atlanta or something like that. And I'm like, down here it's just Vienna, but okay. Are we going to talk about spam? We can, and you know that's not on my topic, but I'm gonna let that slide on in because it is a canned meat. But that wasn't one of the ones that they recalled. I know I've eaten. I won't buy them, but I'll eat them if I come across them. That's me. I'm not gonna go and buy it, but if I just happen to come across them, but all that jelly. You know, sometimes when you get it out the can, they have like the little liquid and like a little jelly particles on it. I gotta run it under hot water to get all of that off, and then I eat the little Vienna sausage. 29, and you grew up on those. So your mom cooked the Vienna sausage with onion? That's different. You know why? I've never ever had the Vienna sausage cooked or warmed up. I would just get it out the can and rinse the little jelly off and just eat it. I didn't know people cooked them. Wow, I didn't know that. A lot of people eat spam. I know my mom still likes to buy spam. But now, they didn't evolved a little bit. You can buy spam in a little flat little package. That way you don't have to get the whole can. You can just get maybe one or two slices that already come in a pack. But when I was young growing up, we would eat spam and you would slice it, not too thin, but definitely not thick. And then you fry it in the skillet and let the edges get real crispy around the edge of that spam. Ooh, that would taste so good on a piece of bread with mustard. And it has to be plain old yellow mustard. Plain yellow mustard and a crispy piece of spam. Ooh, that would be a good little snack. You are a nice looking oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, I am son. Yeah. Flashback. Oh yeah, flashback on spam, potted meat, Vienna sausage. I can remember growing up. They used to be like two for $1. I wonder how much do they cost now. I haven't bought any in years, but I just wonder if they still two for $1. Out the can, that's right. And you just have to rinse that little bit of jelly off. See, but when I knew they were doing too much, when I started seeing Vienna sausage with all these different flavors, you can get barbecue, you can get hot, you can get salsa, you get all, I'm like, they just messed it up with all of that. Crystal, I like sardines. Now, that's one thing I could not get with as a kid, and that was in the can as well, was sardines. We had them at home. I think my mom used to eat them, or my grandmother. I don't remember. I never cared for sardines. It just looked weird to me. But I'm going to tell you what I do eat. I got 2 cans downstairs in my pantry right now. It's over there by the sardines, but it's the smoked oysters. Oh my God, they are so good. I've been eating those since I was a little bitty girl. And you just pull the little, the little tin fall back. And it's an oil. It sits in I think it's a cottonseed oil. And I take it and I turn the hot water on to let the water get really warm. And I just let it run in the can over the smoked oysters to get that oil off. And I just use a toothpick because the smoked oysters are really small. I guess when they smoke them, they shrink. And I just take a toothpick and get them out the can. You know what? I might go get some when I get off this live. I just thought about that. They are so good. What brand do you buy? Y'all give me 2 seconds. It ain't gonna take. I'm gonna go run downstairs and I'm gonna tell you the brand. Y'all talking to chat. It's just gonna take me a second to come right back. Since somebody asking, I'm gonna give them my answer. Hold on. Hell, I'm tired. This is one brand. Oh, you know what? Is it backwards? Dang it, I didn't think about that. Chicken of the Sea brand, fancy smoked oysters. But it's backwards, I'm sorry. And this is another one I eat, Ocean Prince smoked oysters. When I tell you they are good, ooh. I might just sit them there so I can take them back downstairs. But if you want you a quick, who is that? Somebody know about these smoked oysters? Yep. We can see it normal. Oh, okay. See, on my end is backwards. Like my shirt is backwards. Is my shirt right on your view? I'm trying to catch my breath. Whew. I came up them steps. Oh my goodness. All right. Hey, Roddy, thanks for coming over. I eat them the same brand. Oh, okay. So you eat the same. I love them. I can remember years ago when I was a young. I want to say my stepdad ate them. That's how they came in the house, and that's how I started knowing about them. I've been eating them ever since, and they're not that expensive. Who they not that expensive? I'm tired, y'all. Dang, they're not backwards. What you mean backwards? Oh, I see what you're saying. It's not backwards. Okay, see for me, and when I look in the screen, it's backwards. Okay, all righty. You like salmon? I like salmon too. Manny fried fish and I made crawfish etouffee. Monty fried fish and I made, ooh, that sounds like a good Friday meal. Hey, see, little, let us know where you're watching us from. Fried fish. I haven't had fried fish in a while. Somebody, mom is gorgeous. Well, you know what? Byron and Aaron, thanks you. Now, this one is a sad one, a real sad one. I hadn't watched the news since I made it home, so there could be another development since I actually was at work and typed this out. Three male rappers, Armani Kelly, age 27, Montoya Gibbons, age 31, and Dante Wicker, age 31, were scheduled to perform at Lounge 31 on 7 Mile near Gradiot on January the 21st in Detroit, Michigan. However, the gig was canceled. Thursday, yesterday, three bodies were found in a rat-infested abandoned Highland Park apartment building. Hold on. It's being reported on Fox 26 News website that a man claiming to be Armani's brother said he believes that the gig was actually a setup. Kelly's vehicle was found, and the 15-year-old boy that was driving it is now in police custody. At this time, there hasn't been a confirmed identification of any of the young men. Authorities are saying that the condition of the building and the infestation of the rats is slowing down the investigation. Can you imagine those three young men thinking that they're going to do a rap gig and it's canceled for whatever reason? Somebody lured those boys to that abandoned building. Because how do all three of them who went for a job to go rap or perform end up at an abandoned rat-infested building? Either somebody lured those boys there or somebody dumped them there. I say boys because they're young, but they were all men. I like your hair was done. Oh, thank you so much. Did anybody else hear about this story out of Michigan? Super sad. Yes, they did, and powered off their phones. Oh, wow. See, I didn't hear about their phones being powered off. It's definitely a setup. That's what I was thinking. How did they end up at an abandoned, rat-infested building, all three of them together? So that's why I'm thinking somebody dumped them or they lured them there and hurt them. And then now see, this 15-year-old don't realize he didn't got his ass in a sling, because now he's tied into those three murders because he was in that boy's car. That's so sad. Ooh, that's sad. We've been saying every single day, people do not have any regard for life anymore. Remember I told y'all earlier, just stop right now. Stop. And share out my video to at least 5 people right now and let them know that Gbutterfly is on. And you know I'm going to sit here and wait. It'll take y'all about 2 seconds. Go ahead. Okay, y'all probably had enough time to share my videos out to somebody. You know, somebody who want to just talk to somebody, they're going to feel like, I feel like I'm talking to my neighbor. That's what it is over here on Gbutterfly TV. We talk about a few topics and we keep it moving, because I know it's half of y'all. Let me see, what time is it? 8:24 Central Standard Time. I know some of y'all want to put on your glad rags. That's what my grandmother used to call them. Want to put on your glad rags and go out and go party, because it's a Friday night. I don't know where you are, but it's kind of cold outside over here. So, and then I ain't going out anywhere. I got somewhere to go in the morning, so I need to get my rest. Now, we had a story yesterday about U of H here in Houston, and I found another story with U of H. It says the U of H School of Public Affairs conducted a study, and 82% of Texas adults support legislation to make marijuana legal for a wide range of medical purposes with a prescription, and 67% of Texans will support legislation to legalize marijuana for recreational use for adults that are 21 and older. Pearland, all right, neighbor, you down the road. So let me know. Hey, from Ohio, let me know. Would you be in favor, and this is for us in Texas right now, Would you be in favor of legalized marijuana? First time on your page, you will not have a choice. They are going to legalize it everywhere. Man, in my opinion, I think they should. And I don't even smoke weed. But I think they should. Number one, it'll benefit the state because they can charge a tax. And then a lot of these little minor, they putting all these people in jail for these little minor weed convictions. And they could be out here working. And they tying up the prisons. We just had a story yesterday, or either it was this morning, where they were saying that somebody else has died in the Harris County Jail due to overcrowding. They have to do something. And unfortunately, if they keep putting people in jail for things like an ounce of weed or whatever, they're going to need to build more jails. And is that what we really want for our society? More and more and more jails. People are going to smoke marijuana regardless. I think that's one of those things that they need to seriously consider legalizing. People are already doing the CBD and all those things. Make it legalized and let these folks make money out here. Hi from Tampa. Tampa Bay, welcome, 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 welcome. I am, and it will create jobs, and we have lots of land. Now, the lots of land part, I don't know. What are you talking about? You see the white people making big money in Cali for the same thing? Exactly. Exactly. And if they legalize it, I need to find a way to get in on the business end of it too. Shawnee O'Neal, her and her son own, I don't want to call it a weed house because that's not the dispensaries. That's what they call it. Her and her son own dispensaries in California. When we were in Vegas for the wedding, right across the street was a dispensary from the hotel where we were staying. But yeah, a lot of people are making money. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. Like now, there are some places where you can use it for medicinal purposes. Now, if you go back on my YouTube channel, I have one about a place over in the Heights here in Houston where you can actually go there and pick your marijuana up, but you have to have a prescription. And the key was, and I'm trying to remember, it's been a couple of months since I did that story. I think you have to have a prescription, and they can't have it here in Houston because it isn't legal, but there's some type of legal something where they have to drive it in from Austin. Go to my YouTube page, Gbutterfly TV, and you're going to have to scroll through it, but it's talking about medicinal marijuana, and you can pick it up right here in the Heights in Houston. Oh, you say the state has a contract with private jails. The state has to keep it 90% full. I'll watch on your page too, though. I'll watch on your page too. Yeah, I have something over there talking about medicinal marijuana. You got to have a prescription. You have to call. You have to talk to a counselor. You have to do all of these things. And there's some place in Austin. Every day they drive it into Houston. And they take it, and you have to go and show all your proof that you're supposed to get it. You pick it up from some clinic in the Heights, and it happens every single day because they can't just keep it here in Houston. A 9-year-old man who was mauled and killed by his neighbor's dog in the Sheraton Oaks subdivision of Acres Home. The dog came through a fence and attacked the man in his own backyard. The neighbor is horrified knowing that his dog has killed his neighbor. And I thought this was so sad. A 69-year-old man was just in his backyard. So anybody that's watching me that has your own backyard, can you imagine an animal just getting in there and attacking you? Hell, when I'm sitting in my patio outside, I don't like the lizards look like they're ready to attack me. So I can only imagine how active a dog got back there. That was sad. And they were saying how a lot of family members and friends were all saying how sad they were that this happened to this gentleman. And can you imagine how the neighbor feels knowing that his dog somehow got loose? And now when this happens, Queen, the times we are living in, you always have to stay strapped, unfortunately. Thank you, Sirius and the others for contributing. But do you really feel like you have to stay strapped if you're just sitting in your backyard? I love my dogs, but I would have to put them down if they did something like that. And I can't remember if they said what type of dog it was, but it had to be a big dog. You know, if it was like a little, that kind of little dog, I don't think it would have done enough damage. So I'm assuming it had to be maybe a big dog of some sort to actually attack him, and then, you know, was able to maul him to the point where he actually killed the man. For everybody involved, the dog owner, the gentleman who was killed, his family, everybody. Alrighty. So for you out there who are watching me, do you keep your animals chained, are fenced in somehow. I'm not an animal owner, so I really don't know how that is. We talked about animals the other day, backyards or front yards, and you have animals that are outside animals. How do you keep them contained? Do you put like certain locks on your fences, or how do you do that? I know way back in the day, people just put a the chain on the dog and chain him to a tree. Growing up, excuse me, that's what I used to see. So can you tell me how, if you have a backyard, how do you contain your dogs, and do you have to get like special locks to make sure that they can't get out? Somebody said yes. Okay, yes you do. Okay. Wow. And Bria, you said if your dog did it, you'll have to put him down, but that would have to be hard for the owner to have to do that, because we were talking about how people really love their animals. So he's gone, then that's sad for everybody involved. And can you imagine how that neighbor is going to feel every day coming out of his door, knowing that he may see family members of the man who lived next door who's no longer there because of his animal? Fencing is used often that protects everyone. Okay. So you wouldn't have to put any type of like certain locks on your fence so the dogs can't get out. I'll still be so scared. I'm scared when it comes to dogs. I don't know. I'm scared of dogs. But I think, now this is my thing. I'm not an animal person. I keep saying that. But I think animals are beautiful as long as they're like arm's length away from me. I think they have some dogs out there that are just gorgeous dogs. I just don't want them up close to me. That's creepy to me. But I can look at them and be like, oh, that's such a pretty dog over there. Now cats, I don't think they're cute. I don't want them around me. Cats gross to me. I don't know. I don't know what it is about cats, but cats gross me out. Ugh. Anybody on here had cats? Let me know. Anybody on here cat lovers, cat owners? My last dog I got from the shelter, and I had a canine trained beautiful dog. Okay, I know a lot of people who go get dogs from the shelter, which is pretty good because obviously if they're in the shelter, they didn't have a good family. Cats are somebody said cats are useless. You know what? The only thing that I've ever heard that cats are good for, well, I heard they were good for companionship for people who like cats, but I've often heard that cats are good for eating mice. Ooh, and I'm terrified of mice. Ooh, Lord. I don't do the cat thing. I'm from New Jersey. Yes, they do attack mice and big rats. Ooh, wait. But the mice and rats, ooh, I'll just be so nervous and scared. Ooh, I'll be nervous and scared. But I'm going to give y'all a little Black History fact. I gave you one last night about Calvin Murphy, who was with the Rockets. So I'm going to give you another one I heard today. Has anyone on here heard of Butter Skincare? Butter Skincare was developed by CEO Dorian Renard in 2018. He's an African American male who hails from the great state of Texas. He has a work ethic that he has been developing since he was 8 years old, manning the cash register at his father's barbershop. He also got a cut of his father's plumbing fee when he would tag along and squeeze into spaces that were too small for his dad to access. His father was instrumental in helping Dorian appreciate dedication and hard work. While attending Clark Atlanta University, he, as many other African American men, suffered with problematic skin. He soon realized that there weren't many products on store shelves for melanated skin. He's a model, recording artist, and an actor with credits on the Bounce Channel sitcom In the Cut, in addition to other professional endeavors. The Butterskin website, which is www.butterskin.com. His products target dry skin and skin discoloration. His products are clinically validated, animal cruelty free, and most importantly, it's Black owned. His products are made with shea butter and can be purchased at Ulta stores and Macy's. Go to the website to view his products and bundle offers. So that's your Black History tidbit about Butter Skin. But I'm glad to hear somebody heard about it. That's cool. I just recently heard about this product, and I say I may buy me some of the skincare just to see how I like it. we've reached the end of our topics. I hope you enjoyed these little stories I found. Thank you all so much for coming over to G Butterfly TV, and I'll see y'all all later. Bye.